On January 18, 2026 was a great day in African football, a day where two of Africa's mighty nations, Senegal and Morocco, locked horns in the finals of the biggest football festival, the African Cup of Nations, a game which brought heat from two parts of the continent, the western and northern parts of Africa. Football statistics, player ratings, managerial strength, fans' reactions, and analysis were discussed on various football platforms by pundits and analysts, both on radio, television, social media, and among groups gathered outside to watch the game. The action finally started, second by seconds. The time ticked to the full 90 minutes duration of the game, with a recorded goalless draw at the start. Praise Molo Abdallah in Rabat. Fans show up with a total disappointment on their faces following the results at the end of the first 90 minutes. The pressure kept piling up. Fans from both sides were in high hopes and believed their players would grant them better results at the end of the game. In a tug of war between the players on the field for victory, Papi Gueye managed to ease the tension after his killer in the 94th minute broke the deadlock in a heated moment of the game.
But he inspires an attack. Senegal's thrust forward. Papi Gueye! Sensational! Stellar! Supreme Senegal! Maybe in extra time they've produced the moment. And it's Papi Gueye with his third of the tournament. Senegal score their...
A hard-earned win brought loads of joy and excitement on the faces of the traveling fans from Dakar to Rabat, who went to cheer on the Teranga Lions of Senegal. Back home on every street in Senegal, sounds from vuvuzelas, whistles, drums, and spinners were blasted high as fans were filled with joy and excitement, where they celebrated the great milestone by the Senegalese football team. The team finally arrived in Dakar. The heroes nicely presented their trophy and medals to their nation's president. Heroic welcome given to them. Every soul in Senegal looks happy for the achievement by the players. Few months after their celebration of their victory on the streets of Dakar saw Senegal putting up facts and exhibits together to defend a petition filed against them by the Moroccan football at the disciplinary committee of the Confederation of African Football. A copy of Morocco's petition called on CAF to take a look into the behavior displayed by the Senegalese team, where they boycott the match for some time before coming back to continue with the game. This behavior seems to be unusual to the Moroccan team, which in their books, CAF must take action over the behavior of the Teranga Lions. It's been a mixed feeling of backlash and unapologetic response from the whole of Senegal and some African football lovers towards the Confederation of African Football. Many have expressed their dissatisfaction about a ruling made by the continent's football governing body, which stripped off Senegal from their title as the champions of the 2025 Afcon tournament. On Tuesday, March 17, a press statement on the official CAF website explains some regulations and clauses justifying why CAF took a decision to strip off the Afcon title from Senegal. The African Football Governing Body, in its explanation, indicated that Senegal national team, through its conduct, have violated Article 82 of the Constitution, binding the Afcon tournament. The ruling also cited that Senegal forfeited the match, hence a 3-0 win have been awarded in favor of the Moroccan team. This was when the North African side was confirmed champions of the tournament after a legal battle. The final verdict from CAF got every tongue in the continent rolling. Some football experts expressed their dissatisfaction and highlighted some further implications on African football in the future. Players of the Senegalese team on their various social media platforms expressed their bad feelings over the final decision by the African football governing body. Senegal, upon receiving the news from CAF, have expressed their displeasure over such a ruling and have stated such a decision will ruin the beauty of African football. What most people ask on the street is if Senegal will hand over the Afcon trophy and the medals to Morocco as the champions of the tournament after the CAF ruling. In a statement released by the Senegalese Football Federation, the FSF has taken note of the decision by the continent's football governing body and are preparing to take steps to appeal the decision. While Senegal heads to appeals committee to fight back their glory, Morocco will also take turn to celebrate their victory, believing their hard fought has paid off finally, and they deserve to crown champions of the 2025 Afcon tournament, fulfilling the host and win commonly used phrase in sports. The decision by the African football governing body to overturn an outcome on the field to hand a losing opponent a win seems to break the trust and reputation for African football. The decision will solidify the opinion by many European managers and clubs who outshine the beauty of the tournament, especially when they lose most of their African players who plays vital role in their squad to the African tournament, especially when the season heats up. This decision may serve as a strong ground for these foreign clubs not to release their players for their various African national teams when needed for the tournament. CAF reputation and authenticity is at stake with a verdict to announce a losing team as a winner few months after the world have applauded the initial winners on the final day. Forfeiting a 3-0 win to hand over a trophy to an initial losing side through a legal banter sounds awkward in the minds and ears of the Senegalese playing body, their fans back home, and the entire football world. The CAF Appeals Board decision to strip Senegal of their Afcon title has sparked widespread debate among football stakeholders as Senegal vowed to appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sports. As the dust settles and tempers cooling down, the question remains about the integrity of African football and the consistency of CAF's decision-making process. Meanwhile, Morocco will celebrate their unexpected triumph in the grand style, whilst the Senegalese playing body, fans, and officials grip with the bitter pill of losing a title won on the pitch through sweat and pain. My name is Felix Abepe for Kwesi Sports, Accra, Ghana.